All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the date isn't right, December 5th? December 5th, 2011, City Council meeting. Roll call, please.
Alderman Moiseo. Alderman Beedling.
Here.
Alderman Newsom.
Here.
Alderman Tempest. Present. Alderman May.
Present.
Alderman Valco.
Present.
Alderman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Cunningham.
Present.
Alderman Conken.
Present.
We have a quorum. Can everybody please rise for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, each of the aldermen, you have a packet of some information here provided by Dave Motley in regards to some events and things that are upcoming. So if you could get a look at that sometime after the meeting, because we do have an event coming up on Tuesday, tomorrow, for Art Space. And that's going to be at Dandelion Gallery at 3 o'clock. But I'm sure that more than... Do we have any public comment? Sign up for this meeting?
It's out front.
Okay. I'm sure that Main Street will probably, fill us in and all of that. But first I want to say that I just learned that the federal legislators have cut another 12% from our CDBG funding. And so between the last 2 years, that is a total aggregate of about 29% loss in CDBG money. It's money that we could hardly lose to stand to lose, and obviously it's going to affect some of the programs that we have here in the city of Waukegan, anywhere from code enforcement, law enforcement, street repairs, sidewalk repairs, and other things. And we'll just have to see how that shakes out with the budget. But it is a loss that will be felt. And I also would like to comment on the events in downtown Waukegan this weekend. This was the holiday walk that was held in our downtown, and I want to thank, first of all of the volunteers, and there were lots of them, who came down and helped to decorate over the last 2 to 3 weeks, provided some of the materials themselves. This is something that I haven't seen downtown Waukegan look like this in a long time. We had maybe 1,000 people at the event, maybe a little bit less, whatever it ends up being. I know that we had 340 people go into the gallery alone. Everybody that was part of this, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate it, because it gave me kind of that warm feeling in the pit of the stomach that you don't normally get on a Saturday evening in downtown Waukegan in December. It was great. Now, we lit up our little Charlie Brown Christmas tree that we have in the Benny Plaza, and every year it will get a little less Charlie Brown-esque and become a full grown-up adult tree. But it was wonderful to see all the families that were in that space, and the Salvation Army came and played, and it just gave it this amazing holiday feel. And I wish that more of us could have been there, because you really would have enjoyed that evening. And then they showed A Christmas Story at the Genesee Theater. It just was great. So I want to thank everybody that was involved, and I want to thank the residents of Waukegan who came down to be part of it, because they are part of what are no longer baby steps. We're moving faster than that now, to the reinvention of our downtown and the reinvention of the cultural underpinnings of what's going to be the new Waukegan. So it really was a lot of fun. So thanks to everybody. We appreciate everything that was done. In audience time, first up, Dale Shea. Dale, if you would come up and give your address, please, Dale.
I'm not sure as council decided before meeting that they were going to table the subject of my discussion.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
You're still welcome to speak if you'd like. If you could limit it to 3 minutes, that would be great. But you're still welcome to speak.
I had emailed council this morning on an issue that I and others have been working on in the downtown area. It concerned the open parking lot between the Chateau and the parking garage. And right now, in last week, Judiciary Committee had voted to move forward on, I believe, the process of selling what the legal address, I guess, is 30 North Sheridan Road, which is the open parking lot. And at this time, I would ask if the council did not get a chance to read my email and look at the map that I supplied. Just a summary is that the parking lot is approximately 25 spaces situated between the Chateau and the parking garage. It serves, presently right now, it serves anybody who decides to pull in there without any real regulation or policy. We've had meters go up, we've had meters go down, we've had the Chateau leasing it, the Chateau not leasing it, the Chateau going into receivership, and so on and so forth. I had begun a process of trying to purchase the property, and it seemed like everybody in the world got interested in it, which was not a surprise because the parking situation for downtown business owners and property owners is really a distressed situation. So anyway, the Russ Tomlin had said, no, we're not going to sell it. We were looking at selling it, now we're not going to sell it. And then it kind of came back up again, and I think the three entities that were interested in purchasing it were CLC, myself, I'm in the Subway building, I call it 11 North Genesee, and Demetrius of Federal Supply. In my email today, I said, I mentioned that I'm going to pick on CLC. I think that would be a very poor choice if the parking lot was to be sold. It would take it off the tax rolls forever. CLC controls too much parking right now downtown. It would put an undue hardship, even more than what we have now, on the business and property owners with their parking situation. And I think it also sends the wrong message of just caring only about maybe the county business or the CLC business of parking. So in summary, I've reached out to people to try to share the parking lot in a purchase, and that doesn't seem to have worked out. And luckily, the parking lot lends itself to be divided very easily in half, not in a physical way, but just on paper, if you will. And that would allow two property owners, Demetrius and myself, to own approximately 1/2 of the parking spaces each, which I think he would have 13, I would have 12. And I think that that's a great solution. I think that property ownership in the downtown Waukegan area is good. It allows us to invest more into our property. The Subway sandwich shop that I've had there for 6 years now has struggled to a large degree. They've got kind of a finite crowd, and the Sheridan Road traffic is a much greater access of more patrons. You know, people coming home and they're a little bit hungry, they see the Subway sign, they can pull right into that parking lot and grab a sandwich, get in and get out. My employees would be able to park there. I've had 5,000 square feet of office space vacant for 4 years. I've built it out with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the first question I get is, where are my employees and where are my customers going to park? And so I've sat there with a over $750,000 investment with it 2/3 vacant. So I would ask the City Council in any of their discussions on this, on the sale of this lot, to consider reserving the right to sell it in 2 halves. You know, I don't think price is an issue at this point. I think that the city can spend 1/2 of X twice just as easy as it can spend X, and that's it in summary. Any questions?
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate your time. Next, we have Richard Lee.
Good evening. Library Director, 128 North County Street. Yesterday we cut the ribbon on our Early Learning Center's newest exhibit. We're calling it Creepy Crawlies. Usually on any Sunday, the 4 hours that we're open, we have about 600 people through the door. We had 937 helping us celebrate this new exhibit. Mayor Sabajian was there, Alderman May. We appreciate you coming and helping us celebrate. It was great. It is all completely paid for by North Shore Gas and the Morrison Family Foundation. There's plenty of hands-on exhibits and crafts for kids. We also have an emperor scorpion, cobalt blue tarantula, a Vietnamese centipede, which I understand devoured an entire mouse in 20 minutes, and a Madagascar hissing cockroach. The exhibit is open for 1 full year, till next December. So come on down, I'll give you a personal tour. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Richard. Yeah, it was great. The number of kids in there was just astounding. You know, the library is, and has always been, one of the city of Waukegan's great assets, just like its park district. And the fact is that they play host to thousands of people every week that go in there to use their facilities, so thank you. Next is Madeline Sergel.
That's the last one? Yeah.
Thank you. I'm Madeline Sergel. I live at 6265 Sleepy Hollow Lane in Gurnee, and I am also the Artistic Director of Clockwise Theater. I am here tonight to provide an update on all of Clockwise's theater's activities in the past year. Managing Director Rebecca Adler wishes she could be here, but she is in a meeting at the Highland Park Cultural Arts Commission regarding participating in the Highland Park Cultural Arts Network. 1 year ago, this year body approved lease deal at 221 North Genesee Street for Clockwise Theater. We are here to thank you for your support and to report to you what we have done to hold up our end of the bargain in this deal, to bring patrons to downtown Waukegan and to contribute to the economic revitalization of the city through the arts. On January 1st of this year, Clockwise took up residency in the city-owned building at 221 North Genesee Street in Waukegan. Within 2 months, Clockwise turned the 10,000 square foot former JCPenney building in the heart of the downtown into a raw but working 75-seat warehouse-style storefront theater space. Working at breakneck pace over the next 10 months, we cast, rehearsed, and mounted 3 main stage productions and hosted almost a dozen other events, from play readings to concerts to local programming. These included main stage productions with 4 to 5 week runs of Special Needs, Goodness, and The Long-Awaited, play readings of Raising Medusa and Squirrels in the Attic, hosting a special 3-performance event of Waukegan-born and raised Michael Fosberg's nationally acclaimed one-man show Incognito, hosting a weekend of performances of the one-woman production Dolores Dugan, hosted 2 locally produced live concerts, partnered with the city and the Waukegan Arts Council to present the Harrison Bankhead Quartet for the Miles Davis Festival. This event was free to the public. Participated in art walks, the most recent art walk being based on North Genesee, where we presented 2 sets by the local improv troupe, the Highly Improvables, and presented a world premiere play reading. This event was free to the public. December 3rd's Holiday Walk, which we partnered with CMJ Productions to present 4 free performances of Jungle Book Kids. This event was free to the public. Held a special performance of our production of Special Needs, which was free to any area educator. We participated in the Wine and Art Stroll, including mounting local artist Fatima's first one-woman show. We're a recipient of Paint the Town, including being featured in 93.9's online video, which I can be seen extolling the virtues of Waukegan. And this fall, we also initiated our first full subscription season. Per media, we've been fortunate to receive generous print, online, and televised media coverage, including numerous articles in the Chicago Tribune, Sun-Times, News Sun, Pioneer Press, Daily Herald, Lake County Journal, online coverage in WBEZ's Arts blog, Epic Times, and About the Town. A filmed feature segment about Clockwise, Waukegan, and Special Needs was broadcast on Comcast Community Connections program, and that can be viewed on our website as well. Per business and the local economy, performance rehearsals and auditions for all productions and events bring activity to the downtown, and the construction of sets, marketing of productions also stimulates the local economy. In our first full year of residency and production, our annual budget is quite small. However, in mounting our productions and operating our business, we have paid out more than $45,000 for services and supplies. The majority of these funds go to local talent, technical crew members, and Waukegan businesses, including Ace Hardware, Office Mex, Lake Surf Designs, Pierce Florist, and Little Fort Media. In addition, our cast, crew, and patrons regularly patronize the eateries all along Genesee Street, both pre- and post-show. These same eateries catered our opening night receptions and our fall fundraising event. We partner with other area organizations, including FIST, which provides concession service to all our audience in our performances, and we've contracted with them for winter snow removal. We also work with Waukegan Main Street and Waukegan Arts Council in a variety of ways and have established a cooperative and congenial relationship with all of the great staff of the Genesee Theater, who are always ready and willing to lend a hand. While Managing Director Rebecca Adler and I draw no salary of any kind, Clockwise provides part-time work during productions for actors, theater technicians, and designers. Some of these wonderful people include adding newest company member Brad Pascal, an actor and production technician, also a lifelong resident of Waukegan, who is also the co-director of the Highly Improbables, Waukegan's top-notch improv troupe that performs every Sunday evening at Bowen Park. Cassie Elwing, a Waukegan resident and a recent college graduate of Lincoln College, who is now at Clockwise as stage manager for our productions of The Long-Awaited and Palmer Park, costume designer for our Courting Vampires, and played the role of Greta in our reading of 6 Fights on a Summer Night. Waukegan resident Teddy Dunham, who was set, costume, and props designers for The Long-Awaited. Tess Lanny, recent Illinois Wesleyan College graduate, who was contracted as stage manager for Courting Vampires, was assistant stage manager for The Long-Awaited, will be sound up for Palmer Park, and played the role of Lolly in our reading of 6 Fights on a Summer's Night. And our one permanent independent contractor is our maintenance man, Greg Hughes, whom we met through FIST. Clockwise is committing to building a major regional theater which provides top-notch, contemporary, affordable productions, as well as employing area artists and staffers. We seek to serve and revitalize the immediate neighborhood. We endeavor to make our theater a major regional theater and high-profile partner in making Waukegan a national artistic hub. Our gratitude to the City Council and Mayor Sabanjan and his staff is profound. Your vision, your belief in Clockwise, and in the passion and artistry of the local population has been a key factor in our success. From all of us at Clockwise Theater, we thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And it is, I saw the what was the last play that we went to, Joanne and I?
The Long-Awaited.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
And we really enjoyed the production. It's something I would encourage everybody to go and try. You know, it's something a little bit different because you're right on top of everything. You feel like you're on the stage, and it's almost like hyper 3D or something. I'm not sure how to describe, but it really is a wonderful experience. So I really would encourage everybody up here to take some time and take your family over and see one of the plays, and some of the stuff that they do for the young people is very, very well done, very professional.
And our production, Courting Vampires, opens January 20th, and it features Norma Cerna, a lifelong resident of Waukegan, and a tremendous tremendously gifted actor, and all our tickets are $16.50 to provide the opportunity for everyone to attend quality, top-notch professional theater.
Great, and everybody loves vampires, so it's either
Thank you.
ghouls or vampires. That's what everybody likes to go to, so it's great. Thank you very much. That concludes our public comment for this evening. Thank you to everybody. First up, then we have the minutes. I'll take a motion by Alderman Conken, seconded by Alderman Tempest, to approve the minutes of November 21st, 2011, the regular meeting and executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Next up is something that's going to be a little bit of fun, and if I could have the fire chief come up, and this is under resolutions and proclamations, presentations. He is going to give a little presentation about the results and of the Fire Department Combat Challenge. So, Chief.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor and Councilman. Could I have Chief Boma from South Shore, Wisconsin Fire Department to come up here? And this is his portion of the show. He happened to give me a call and stated that he wanted a little wager on the combat challenge teams between South Shore, which has only been doing this for about 6 months, correct?
Correct.
And our team. And I didn't know our team was there. And he just offered, Kwanzaa pizzas if we lose, cheese curds and Kringles if they lose. Well, you notice that the Chiefs doesn't have Kwanzaa pizzas here. So, yet. But he's carrying something. But just so you know what the Combat Challenge is about, and before I introduce anything, it is a program that we use at the fire department to take and to propose to our firefighters physical fitness. And this started back in about 1991. Is that not correct? Joel Fayette, not Joel Fayette, Joel Verbrick, are you here? Yeah, you're here. He's a retired Combat Challenge runner, and he did very well in the challenges that we've had throughout the years. The Waukegan Fire Department's been doing this since 1991, and I think at one time, and Joel, did we finish 13th at one time? Yeah. 13th in the world. So our Combat Challenge team was very good. And we have had older persons in this that have competed all the way up into the 50, plus 50 age categories. And
That's not old.
it is old when I show you this clip of the 2010 Combat Challenge. And we'll do that here in just a minute. But I want to tell you what's involved here. Because the first thing they're going to do is they're going to climb 5 stories. 5 stories of steps. They're going to be carrying 42 pounds of hose. They're going to take and they're going to pull up, once they get up at the top, they're going to pull up 42 pounds of hose up this 5 stories. Then they're going to run down the stairs. They're going to touch every stair. And then they are going to what we call a Kaiser sled, or it's a sled, it's a 160-pound beam that has to be pushed using a 9-pound hammer a certain amount of distance. After they do that, they have to take and they have to pull a hose. And is this correct? Because I'm going to introduce the team from Waukegan. I would introduce Bill's team, and I'd let him introduce them here, except for one got married. 2 of them are having babies. So they thought that was more important than showing up here, bringing their Kringles.
Well, did they compete pregnant and then have the babies after the event, or was it their wives?
I actually let them go.
Oh, it was the wives that were,
ready to have a baby.
okay.
But then they have to pull a hose. It's filled with water, and they have to pull it so far. And then they have to take and they have to drag a dummy of 175 pounds for 100 foot. Is that not correct, gentlemen? Well, gentlemen, why don't you come on up here? I'd like to introduce from Waukegan, Al Ramos, Kevin Heights, Nathan Skews, and Tom Clausen. And Bill, who'd you have at for your team?
My team was only 3 members, by the way. They had 4 members for Waukegan, so 3, against 4. Mike Cook was really the leader of our team. Then we had John Shirk and Matt Robers. And actually give you a little indication out what this takes. Matt Robers, 26-year-old guy, lost 50 pounds training in 6 months to do this.
They don't have 50 pounds to lose between them. We probably could.
Oh,
No.
we'll go there.
No, we're not. We have a short video. It's about 1 minute and 38 seconds or so. So it kind of tells you how fast these gentlemen do this. They do it in full fire gear. The only difference that they do when they do the relays is you don't have the mask on. Is that not correct? When they're doing it individually, competing, and the world's record right now, I think, is about 1 minute 19 seconds. 1 minute 19 seconds is the record. They're actually doing it with compressed air on their back, and they're breathing through their mask. So they're doing this way. So, Dave, could we see this? This is the 2010 winners of the relays. A minute 10 seconds was the winner last year. What was the winner this year, guys? 1 minute 8 seconds was the winner. 109? 109. You guys used to have the state record in Illinois, or at the Elgin record at least, correct?
The Illinois state record for relay was 1:17.70 by Waukegan by a team a couple years back, and now it's 1:17.69 by Elgin. They did that this year.
So what's your goal?
116.
And your Wisconsin team after 6 months are?
Well, actually, to tell you a little bit about our team, at 6 months of training, we already hold the Wisconsin state record by 15 seconds. That's how fast that they were. And they actually beat Waukegan's team on Thursday by 2/100ths of a second. That's the part that they didn't tell you. 3 against 4.
But did they tell you that you had 7 seconds? Was it 7 seconds of penalties? 5 seconds of penalties because they knocked over one of the hydrants. But it's just like...
That's what happens when you cheat. You have to pay for it.
But it's just like the round robin. You have to qualify to get into the finals. Our guys qualified, and did you beat them?
Our time was 1:20.
What was your time?
125, I believe we were.
125. So we ate Kringles and cheese curds on Thanksgiving because Chief Boma came down. And do you have a presentation for somebody right now?
I have a little bit here. As I say, I did come down and present the Kringles. I've known most of these guys. You know, I was a captain here on the fire department for 21 years. So Dan and I actually started on Waukegan Fire Department together. So I've been up in Wisconsin, first of all, at Mount Pleasant Fire Department in 1999, October 4th, but who's counting? And so it's been over 12 years now. And we've consolidated, we're now, as of January 1st, 2009, South Shore Fire Department, which is a combination of Mount Pleasant and Sturtevant in Racine County. So I did have a presentation that I wanted to make to the mayor here. It's your kringle for your board. And this has got the presidential seal of approval. That's President Obama's personal favorite, pecan kringle.
Oh, that's good.
Sounds good.
And that's from Old Age Bakery in Racine.
Oh, yeah.
Now, being that we won, as we would say, we don't welch on bets. So we have a modified finish to this. Is Bill's going to bring down his competitors, and we're going to take our 4 guys out, and we are going to go have Quonsets, pizzas. But by the time I'd get Quonset pizza up there, it'd be cold. So, and he wants it warm. So, but there is one more thing. At least at the fire department, we decided what does Bill need, and we decided to give each one of his competitors that couldn't be here a hat. Well, Bill, you get a hat too, because you're up over the cheddar curtain. You know, you need to wear a Bears hat. So you're welcome.
And this is a really special day anyway, because Ron Santo entered the Hall of Fame.
And he is a Bears fan. I just want him to wear that back there at South Shore. So
I wore it proud.
thanks.
A little bit harder this year though.
Thanks, guys. Good job. Keep it up.
Gentlemen. Thank you, very good. Well, okay, we'll have the kringle out tomorrow in the mayor's office for anybody to come and try. So thank you and congratulations, and thanks to the chief from South Shore. We appreciate them coming down and having fun and being such good sports about all of this, so thank you very much. Great. Next, Dave Motley asked me to mention that we are having a contest, which I forgot to mention. It's called Name the Mural, and we're accepting entries for that. Let's see if I can, well, what we've got is on this form right here, you have a little cutout thing that you'll be able to cut out. David, where is this being collected at?
Your office.
In my office, okay. See, well, pays to be in charge, so you know nothing about what's going on whatsoever. But yeah, so you bring, we'll have these available, I guess, in my office as well for people to take. And you know, I think this will be fun, kind of get the community engaged, and then entry deadline is January 6th of 2012. Thank you, Edie. Appreciate that. And if you look at the poster, the front facade on the Genesee Theater is where the name is going to go. So that will be as part of the art for as long as that remains on the wall, which hopefully is a good number of years. So again, let's, you know, if you have some neighbors with children or you yourself want to get engaged in this, you know, we welcome you to stop by my office and pick one of these up. And this is, again, just part of the fun, part of the new things that we're doing in Waukegan and trying to engage people in what's happening in downtown. So thanks, Dave. I appreciate all your work on that. Next up, we have under committee reports, Judiciary Committee, Alderman May.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm looking for the date. Judiciary Committee met last Monday. First item we have on the agenda, the Judiciary Committee recommends, and I so move, to approve the ordinance as presented by Corporation Council eliminating Pershing Road from Derringer Road to Greenwood Avenue from the city's truck route listing. And I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Newsom, to adopt the ordinance elimination of a portion of a truck route from Pershing Road. Give us a little bit of insight as to what the end result of that will be.
Earlier this year, Public Works resurfaced that portion of the road from Derringer Road back up to Greenwood Avenue. There was, I believe, stimulus funds used to fund this project. but due to financial constraints and the amount of money we had, we were only able to reconstruct it to a certain level, and not to a certain level that would accommodate heavy load trucks. So for about approximately a year now, that portion of the route has been restricted, and so the traffic pattern has already been established with the trucks that were used to using that portion of Pershing Road. So if we were to allow the heavy trucks to go back on that road, we would see that road tore up in the matter of a year or two, and then we would be back right where we were, where it was unable to navigate anyhow because there were so many potholes and it was in terrible condition. So since the traffic pattern has been established, we felt Judiciary Committee did approve the passage of this amendment to the ordinance.
Okay, thank you. And I'd like to comment too, just so in case we're not all aware of it. Waukegan Harbor is currently closed due to silting from those storms that we've had over the last couple of months. Boats, large boats, cannot get into the harbor right now. And while we're lucky in the sense that the timing is sort of fortuitous for us because they were able to get some of their biggest loads in, but that doesn't mean that more might not be coming. U.S. Gypsum is now up to a 4-day-a-week, 2 shifts a day schedule. And there is concern they may need more material. And I think that this is a good thing to do because if you get those large trucks rolling down this road, especially during the winter and spring when it becomes most liable for damage, we're going to have a real problem down there. And so I think we'll easily work out alternate routes, and I'm very confident that the businesses will work with us. So I'm glad to have this. And with that, I will ask for a roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
No.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
The next item on the agenda, the Judiciary Committee recommends to approve the public passenger license for Daniel Schaefer at 2835 Belvedere Road, and I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Conken, to approve the public passenger license for Daniel Schaefer. I understand that Mr. Schaefer is looking to begin a cab company in Waukegan. Is that correct?
Correct.
And this will help him get on his way. So we have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Conken. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Congratulations, Dan, and good luck. Best to you.
Next item is the termination of a license agreement with the former Waukegan Coke Plant site. The Judiciary Committee recommends, as presented, the termination of the irrevocable license agreement as presented between the City of Waukegan and North Shore Gas Company. This has to do with the Tri-X, is that what we call it? The Tri-X building that's on the former OMC site, which has been used for the cleanup, the EPA cleanup that has taken place there. This building is going to be able to be reused for the dredging project that's coming up next year. So we need to vacate this lease in order to let it be reused. Is it by the EPA again?
Yes.
For the next project.
Okay.
And I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Beedling, to terminate the license agreement with the former Waukegan Coke Plant site. Roll call on that, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom. Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Ayes have it. And I would also like everybody to know that parking lot on the east side that had been damaged and during the process of all of the work is now fully repaired and ready for use, and it looks great.
Yes. The next item on our agenda was the sale of city-owned property parking lot north of 10 North Sheridan Road. And I believe Alderman Beedling
Table it.
I move to table this, please.
Alderman Beedling has requested that this be tabled. Given that request, we will honor that, and this... Yes, Alderman Tempest?
Is there a second?
Is there... the table. I'm sorry, I apologize, not to hold over. We need a second. Alderman Tempest, would you like to second?
No, I will not.
Alderman Rivera?
Second.
We have the second on that? Okay.
I'd like to speak to that if I may.
Certainly.
It seems that this lot, there's a history there. I went down there, boy, a number of months ago. Went to check on the former Waukegan Hotel, which seemed to have some problems, which I was made aware of, to just look at. I pulled in the parking lot, big sign out front, permit parking, confusing. The meters were all taped around. I didn't know whether I was allowed to park there or not allowed to park there or what. I went back to the city clerk and asked him, our parking administrator, and asked him, what's the deal? Why do you have the meters all wrapped up that I can't park there? Pretty soon the tape's off, now they're gone. Now the meters are gone. I've been there a few times. It doesn't look like there's many cars parked there. I know at one time we leased at the Chateau, it's not the Chateau, the Waukegan Hotel, the old Chateau, and they haven't paid their fees, so I guess that was voided out, and the apartments aren't rented. Now we have two people. One spoke this evening, the other, the restaurant supplier, they both want it. I could see very easily how dividing the lot would be the correct and most honorable way to do it, to help the downtown area, to help the subway, help Mr. Shea's business, also help the Federal Supply Company, which has done a marvelous job of reconditioning those stores and redoing them. And my hat goes off to them. I did get a chance to eat a few of the shrimp and a few of the supplies the other night, food supplies, Saturday. He's done a great job, a wonderful job. And if you haven't seen what he has to offer in the way of restaurant supplies, I was amazed. And it was a great education for me. However, for him to want it all, I got to fight him on that. I really believe it should be divided. And now to table it, I don't understand where we're going to table it. How long are you going to table this for? You got a definite time, indefinite? It's going to go back to committee. And one time, I asked that it be held in committee so we could discuss it further before we bring it to the floor. Now we bring it to the floor, and now we want it tabled. I don't just, are we going to give them an answer? Or what is the answer? And then I have some other comments I'll make during Alderman time in regard to our parking problem downtown.
Okay, thank you, Alderman.
Thank you.
Appreciate your comments. All right, so we have the motion and the second.
It's table. No, you don't need a roll call.
Yeah, all in favor of tabling, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
One nay. The ayes have it to table, and we are working on it, I will tell you that. We are working on it, so it's not going to languish for long.
Thank you.
Alderman May, anything further?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you for your work. Public Safety Committee, Alderman Conken.
Thank you, Mayor. We had one item of business. The Waukegan Police Department received a request to restrict the parking on both sides of Beach Road west of Bayonne. The request was made due to a complaint that vehicles were parking on Beach Road to utilize the Waukegan sports park property, and the police did some research. So in that regard, the Public Safety Committee recommends, and I so move, that the proper city officials be authorized to draft an ordinance to reflect restricting parking on Beach Road, both sides, west from Bayonne Avenue to the dead end of the street, and the police department has said that this will alleviate any problems that they have with that. I so move.
We have the motion by Alderman Conken, seconded by Alderman Valco, to draft the ordinance, reflect restricted parking on Beach Road both sides. And I do want to just let everybody know that this also came out of the fact that we had, I believe, a record crowd at our air show that weekend and a large soccer event at the Park District property. And the timing of that will not happen again. The Park District has agreed to make sure that they do not double up on events over there, and for safety purposes as well. So, but I think this will alleviate the concerns of the neighborhood. Motion by Alderman Conken, seconded by Alderman Valco. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you.
And just one more piece of information, Your Honor. We had a promotion, firefighter paramedic Jack Long was promoted to the rank of second lieutenant. With that, there was an open position of firefighter, and Mr. Michael Gallagher was hired on as a firefighter, and he began his service last week, Monday.
Great.
So
Wonderful. Thank you, and congratulations to Mike.
that's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you for your work, too. Now we move on to old business, item A. This was an item that was held over at the request of Alderman Cunningham at the last City Council meeting. We had the original motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman May, to appoint Marla Forbes to the Genesee Theater Oversight Committee. And at this point, we just ask for a roll call vote, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
I'd like to pass.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
After a spirited conversation with Noel and expressing some of my concerns when it comes to committee appointments, I'm going to vote yes, but I will, as I spoke with her and will be speaking with the mayor, keeping a close eye on some of these committee appointments. I think there need to be a little bit more transparency, a little more openness, and obviously branching out to the entire city of Waukegan as a whole. My vote is aye. I want those comments to be reflected in the minutes. Thank you.
Alderman Conken.
I pass.
Ayes have it. Thank you. I think she's going to do a good job. Let's give her a chance, and let's see how it works out. She has brought good information to the committees, and she has a good insight, and she has good connections. So I think it'll work out to our benefit, but we will see. And Alderman Cunningham, I look forward to having a conversation with you about this. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes, sir, Alderman.
One question. On that committee, is there only just so many, a certain number? Because I think of Jim Neal, who's been very instrumental in the theater business, and you might be a candidate, maybe interested sometime in the future, who has his roots very deeply in Waukegan.
Sure.
Something to consider.
I agree.
Can I answer?
Absolutely.
So I sit on the Oversight Committee. We've definitely talked about in their meetings expanding the number as qualified and meaningful candidates come up, and actually his name came across my desk today, too.
Sure, okay.
And Jim, one thing too that Jim, just so everybody knows, he has in the past, I'm not sure if it is today, but he was involved with Clockwise Theater, working as their stage manager and tech person. So he is engaged in some of the things we're doing. But I agree, Jim is a great guy.
In the early days supporting Jeff.
He brings a lot to the table. So we will certainly take a look at that. Thank you. That concludes, we have no reports and communications. Under new business and recommended actions by Corporation Council, item A, the approval of the payroll dated December 1st, 2011 in the amount of $1,315,030.88. Take a motion by Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman Valco. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item B, approval of bills dated December 5th, 2011 in the amount of, excuse me, could I ask on that item A, I read December 1st, it's on there, should that be December 5th?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes. I'll amend it.
Well, we'll take a motion to amend to December 5th by Alderman Conken, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it, so it's amended to December 5th. Thank you. Again, approval of bills dated December 5th, 2011, in the amount of $1,471,339.78. I'll take a motion from Alderman Newsom, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Conken.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item C, and this is an ordinance levying and assessing taxes of the City of Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois, for the 2011 tax levy year. Now, I have had some conversations with the Chair of Finance, and I do believe that it may be her desire to address this.
Yes, I've talked to some of the aldermen, and I'm going to request to hold this over. I'm going to be meeting with Tina, our finance director, sometime next week, and go over a few more of these numbers, and then bring it to the council on the 19th.
Okay, thank you, Alderman. The request is honored, so we will all be engaging in more discussions to address some of the issues there.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Alderman Cunningham?
Your Honor,
Yes,
you know,
sir.
in the past, and I think they've been very productive when we've had particularly these levies, and I go back to my years as chairman of finance, we traditionally have had a finance workshop where we kind of go over the budget and we go department by department to see exactly where the shortfalls are, what some of the wish list things are, and I think as we move on from a turbulent year of last year going through our budget, I think that is necessary in the event that we have to make some very tough decisions regarding the citizens of Waukegan. So I did speak with the chairman, and I'm hoping that we can get that together. I know Tina's very good at that, conducting those PowerPoint meetings, and we can kind of, in the past, kind of all give our input without taking away from what the needed things of your staff and of our city. So that's something I'm hoping that the chairman, Tina, and yourself will definitely be putting together for us, because I think it's needed. And I'm saying that with your conversation to us. It is going to be needed, and I always like to say ABC. We're going to have to ABC our residents, because we're going to have to make some very difficult decisions, but I think those decisions are in the best interest of the city, and the residents of this community need to understand that. And we can't do that with 101s or 3 at a time. It needs to be an open forum so everybody can see in detail what's needed to run, this great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Let's see, where are we here? Next, we are on item D, an ordinance providing for the submission of a public question regarding electric aggregation to the voters of the city. At 5 o'clock today, we started a presentation meeting where some of the companies involved in electric aggregation spoke to us. They answered questions. They gave us a description as to how it works. We still have some things that we need to learn on it, and but if I might ask for your support on this, because all it does is allow us to put this on the ballot. It doesn't make the call as to whether we're going to do it or not. It just lets the voter take a look at the question, know that we're considering this, and even if it does pass in a referendum, we are not legally bound to move forward and to do this if we don't feel comfortable with it. So I would ask that we just at least give the voter a chance to weigh in and to let us take a look, let us study it, let us see what this all really means in relationship to helping to save people of Waukegan some money on their energy costs. You hear a wide array of information on this as far as what the savings could be. We need to narrow that down a little bit more, but I think it could be a benefit if the questions are answered right and the safeguards are in place in a contract that is well written. So, Alderman Cunningham.
Your Honor, and I do thank you for putting this meeting together. I had an opportunity to really digest a lot of good information, detailed information. But one thing, Your Honor, that kind of concerned me, and as we go through this referendum process, I heard that if the referendum passes, and this is where the city comes in, the marketing of how we're going to disseminate the information, how it's going to get out to the public. I heard a lot of talking around the subject of who's going to be paying for that. Right. What I was encouraged to hear, though, from a good friend and obviously a commissioner who understands budgetary items for cities, Mr. Kyle, was that they would incur those costs in the event that particular company will receive the contract. Now, I know those are incentives, but no one on this body will benefit from them companies being selected. No one. It just won't happen.
Absolutely.
So my thing is here is, when I'm selling something, and I have something to sell, and I want to market it, I market it out of my pocket. I don't go back to the person who needs a product and ask them to pay for it. Now, I don't know how that's come about. Maybe I got lost in the fog there. But personally speaking, that cost, if and when we move to that point, should not be incurred by the city of Waukegan. And I want to take some people back here, those some of us on this council, when we had that energy company that wanted to come down to the lakefront. Let me help you out so you understand the reason I'm making these comments. When they came in, they was going to give us, I thought the number was $25 million. They was going to beautify all this. Obviously, it did not pass, but the incentive to benefit the city of Waukegan was there. On top of that, they were willing to give free electricity to who? Our school district, reducing the cost. So, you know, at least we have one of them who's out there even trying to incentivize this city. And I think Mr. Kyle made a very, very good point. We are the biggest. I hope I'm saying that right from the, we're the biggest city on the North Shore. So if you hook the city of Waukegan, you're probably going to hook the rest. So with us being the county seat, once we come on board, others will too. So that's my comment. Those are things I'm going to be looking for. I'm glad this, I don't know, the whole thing about the deregulation, what it really, really means to the consumer, I think we'll find as we move forward. But one more, the most important thing is, whomever wins this and come out, I'm not looking for us to help you with none of your marketing tactics. Right. To bring this out to the community of Waukegan when you're going to be the sole beneficiary of this. Unless you don't give us some of the stock. Just kidding, just kidding. Okay,
well,
thank you,
I agree, and a lot of what you're saying came up during the discussions too about who is going to oversee this once it's in place. Will the city have to add staff? How will that be covered? Yeah. These are questions that we have to ask. There's another question too, is how will this impact our tax on power? If we reduce the rates, what will that do? We need to know. These are all things we have to think about. And what's the impact and what is the long-term effect of doing this and what are the safeguards? Because we do not want to be victims of the types of things that happened in California a number of years ago where the market was manipulated by a group of criminals and led to hundreds of millions of dollars of losses and the unseating of a governor. And we're not going to get caught in something like that. So we'll take our time and make sure we're doing it right. I guarantee you that.
I have some comments.
Yes, Alderman Tempest.
Thank you, Your Honor. Number one, the presentations I heard earlier this evening, they're talking about ComEd with some higher rates because they've contracted in. Well, listen to me very closely. Electric bills are going to go up. ComEd has their line fees, the power. As the feds out east start cutting down on the coal plants, electricity is going to cost more. And eventually, this cheap power that's in here right now in some contracts, I feel some of the long-term contracts that ComEd may have may be beneficial to us in the long run because they've tied up some longer contracts for the electric quality. And when the spike comes, we go to another source. A good example, I've had people going around my ward, the gas company, sign up for this gas company, I can get you a cheaper rate. What's found out recently, the cheaper rate became the higher rate. But people had signed not to use North Shore gas anymore, but use a different facility for their gas bill. North Shore gas sends a bill, but they're using a different source of the actual gas. So it's something to be very, very cautious with. And you think I'm going to pay some lobbyists, which they are, to lobby for their electric rates, and then come back and want us to pay for it to present this to the public. I'm not for that whatsoever.
Understood. Okay. Thank you. Did I assign a motion?
No.
No. Okay. If I could. Again, the ordinance providing for the submission of a public question regarding electric aggregation to the voters of the city. Motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Rivera. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
No.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
The ayes have it. Thank you. And like I said, we are going to be cautious on this. This just gives us a chance to let the voter weigh in, and then we're going to take our time in making sure it's done right. So thank you. The ayes have it. Item E, I'm holding over, taking off the agenda because we're not prepared to show you the images yet. We'll have it ready for the next City Council meeting so you can get a look at it, or maybe even send you some email JPEGs or something like that so you can get a look at it. Alderman Tempest will print out a couple for you, and so that it's easy for you to see and put it in your box. But it is, we have a couple of things we're looking at which should be fun. We want to do another nice one like we did last year. I think last year's was a really nice choice, so we'll move forward with that. So we go on to item F, which is a motion to approve the elevator maintenance contracts with Lakeland and Larson Elevator in the parking garages. I take a motion from Alderman Cunningham, seconded by Alderman Tempest.
I haven't seen the contract.
You haven't seen the contract?
I don't even know what it is.
They're here.
Who's got it?
They're mine, sir. What happened here was we had a elevator company.
Have you seen it?
Out of Des Plaines. No, it's here. We had an elevator company out of Des Plaines who refused to come and work on the elevators. I talked to Corporation Counsel. We voided their contract. We were without any service for about 30 days.
Was the council notified of this?
No, sir.
Don't you think when we void the contract, the city council should know?
Sir, we had no option to avoid that
You had
contract.
no option, but I think you should let the council know.
Well, I'm letting you know now.
Now?
Yes.
When did you void it?
I voided it last month. They took
Last month.
they took possession of the elevators as of the 1st of December.
I think we should be aware of these things, I really do. We're a body, we're responsible to our voters.
I understand that.
Go ahead, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but...
Anyway, the contract now is with our local agency, our local company, which is Lakeland Larson. They do all the elevators for the city of Waukegan. This adds 3 elevators to their business. The CLC elevator is $182 a month, and the 2 from the new parking structure are $364 together per month. They wanted a 5-year no-cut contract with renewables only if they got 90 days notice. I spoke with Corporation Counsel. We changed the contract, I think, 3 or 4 times. Finally, we got the language that we needed to benefit the city of Waukegan. And I feel that personally, and Corporation Counsel agrees, this is the best contract we could come up with.
Did we go out for bids?
Sir, this company is exclusive. These are exclusive things. These are their elevators. They maintain these elevators. They do throughout the city. They put these elevators in. I have gone to bid on other contracts. The last time I did it, the last companies were hundreds of dollars more per month. These are the most reasonable. They're $32 more than our last contract per elevator.
This same elevator company, is this going to do the inspections also?
Yes.
At what price?
$182 a month.
I'd like to see the contract before I vote on it. Now, I'd like to hold this over, so I got time to read the contract.
Okay.
How long is the contract for?
What's the contract length?
The contract length is 5 years, but with 1-year renewables. So it's not, we're not bound. Every year, they have to negotiate with us, renegotiate the contract language. So we can change it every year.
Okay, if I
For
could
5
ask,
years.
from the standpoint of the work, any work that needs to be done, anything like that, will the alderman's request to hold this over in any way impact the safety or the operability of the...
It makes no difference because I paid them already to repair the elevator. So that was out of cost. They incorporated that in this month's bill.
Okay.
So it cost us nothing. So they can hold over as long as they want to. It's irrelevant to me.
I'd like to hold it over, read the contract, Mayor.
Okay.
But we'll get it back on the next agenda.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But for me to vote on something and say, wow,
Yeah.
because I'm trying to figure out still how we got a half a parking space for the Waukegan Hotel.
Yeah, I can't, I will say this, that...
I'm serious.
There wasn't
I
any...
never remember that.
Yeah, there wasn't anything intentional here. I will say that it's just one of those things that happens when you're in this building and operating and trying to get things done. Every now and then, you know, something may not move along, and I have to take the brunt of that. So, we'll do our best to try to make sure these sorts of things don't happen, but I got to be honest with you, given our situation, they're going to. Alderman Rivera?
No, and I understand Alderman Tempest's, answer to that, but I also, Wayne, the clerk, I respect your decision on that, but normally that would go as an emergency maybe to Public Works, and then out of Public Works, as an emergency, go out for bids, but...
Alderman, I've negotiated these contracts for the last 11 years, and it's the first time I've been questioned about them.
Okay.
First time in 11 years.
Well, we'll get there. Let's not,
Maybe it
No,
hasn't been
I'm
brought to our
not,
attention.
like I said. but
well,
I
we'll get there.
understand, it was an emergency situation, but normally that's our...
Right.
That's our process.
Okay. All right, thanks. So it's held over. That's the extent of it right now, and it'll be on the next agenda. And Alderman Tempest, if he has any questions, will certainly bring them to us, and we'll do our best to answer them. But thank you, Alderman Rivera, for your comments. Item G, which is the certification of correction related to Eastwood Road. Do we have anybody from engineering here that can address this or speak to what's going on here?
Jim's here from
Jim,
the airport. He's here.
Oh, Jim, is this relative to the airport?
Yes.
Why don't you come up and just give us a brief 30-second synopsis as to what we're looking at here, so everybody understands.
Eastwood Road is a access road going to nowhere. It's right across the street from the station number 5. I had all the property over there vacated already, not realizing that the front portion of it belonged to the city of Waukegan. The surveyor didn't catch it. When he went to the mapping department, they told him that the city of Waukegan still owned that. He thought that there was a deal made years ago where they had vacated it and given it all to Beach Park. So city of Waukegan owned it. It's just a short portion. It's from here probably to the window over there. It's an access to Eastwood Road. Like I stated, the had been vacated already to the north, to the Waukegan Port District, to the south, to the Lake County Forest Preserve.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's really going to save the state a lot of money when they do the widening, because all they do is put an access road going nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As explained, I'll take a motion by Alderman Cunningham, seconded by Alderman Valco, and roll call on that, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Vera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Next is ordinances and resolutions. Item A, ordinance amending Chapter 21 of the Municipal Code for the City of Waukegan regarding no parking at specific times no parking at specified times in specified areas at Frolic Avenue from Sunset Avenue to Gulfmore Avenue. Take a motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Rivera. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Item B, resolution authorizing the sale of property of the City of Waukegan pursuant to the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, including 1706 Lydia Street. Accept the motion from Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Roll call, please.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valco.
Aye.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Conken.
The ayes have it. Thank you. That concludes our regular business other than Alderman's time, so we have no executive session for this evening. So, Mr. Clerk, for Alderman's time, please.
Alderman Beedling.
I don't have anything.
Pass.
Yes, I pass.
Alderman Newsom. Alderman Tempest.
Aye. Passed, excuse me, no. Alderman time. I'm reading this elevator contract. Yes, I have some comments. Regards to parking garages, I learned tonight that the old Madison Avenue parking garage, as I call it, has no parking meters for the public to use. They're all assigned by monthly permits. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I was kind of dumbfounded to hear that. Of course, I remember Madison Ave there, we used them. Some people still use it. I guess what I'd like a report from our parking administrator is how many parking spaces do we have there? How many permits are actually there? What are we getting per month, per unit? Then we go over to the library parking garage. I believe we can park there with meters and with a tag.
Yes.
How about the other lot across from the library, directly across? Is that a monthly or is that?
That's monthly.
That's monthly
Yes.
too? There's no,
And we made it monthly because when they changed the old parking structures from the other lots and they put the parking garage there, we had to take out the electrical service, and therefore there was no opportunity to put a machine in there. So the only other option I had was to make it monthlies and utilize the facility for monthly
so that
parking.
became monthly too now?
Yes.
But we have the parking garage now, you can still park it.
It's correct.
In the corner from the
Yes,
library.
that's right.
So is that monthly lot completely full?
No,
No?
no.
How many spaces do we have?
That space, I believe, is about 84 spaces.
I'm just thinking, if we don't have them all sold, and it's a monthly parking lot only, the meters that you've taken out, could you meter a few of them? A few spots could be metered, the rest would be monthly parking?
I could do whatever the council asks me to do, but
Well, I
for
just-
logically, no.
I think we ought to be informed. We're hurting for money. We're looking for every dollar we can get. And I've seen where we put some parking meters sometimes don't make any sense. That's way before you came around. And if that's a valuable parking space there, and you got the parking garage, we don't utilize that completely during the day, do we?
No. Alderman, we're trying to funnel as many people as we can into that parking garage.
Monthly.
We've done that through monthly parking passes. We have given the library a discounted cost for their employees. We did take away the 2-hour free parking in order to generate revenue. In the last 11 years, I have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in parking revenue through parking agreements throughout the city with CLC, with...
Well, CLC had someplace to go. They needed it.
But, sir, in all due respect, these are dollars. You ask me as a parking administrator to do my job, and I've done that, I think, very competently.
Since we're in discussion, I guess everybody can hear. How many parking spaces has CLC taken now with that parking garage?
They have just under 400.
Do we have any available?
We have 88
Is there any
spaces.
available?
88 spaces are available, yes.
88 left?
Yes, sir.
What I'm worried about, I think we should think ahead. We're talking about giving up this one little 24 space or 23 spaces, whatever. And then I look at Waukegan Hotel, the old chateau, as I know it. And eventually, let's hope and pray that gets organized. And they're going to need someplace to park by a monthly basis. And even if it is the parking garage there by the Lake County, we ought to have some left there that we know where we're going to put them. Because if they get that filled up, where are they going to go? We ought to have a prearranged thought of exactly what we're going to do with those. And I thought about that parking lot, those spaces that we wanted to split, the council. Yeah. That would be the best for the chateau, because in the parking garage, it's covered. We're trying to remove the snow. If the two people have that lot, you could get a plow in there at night and clean it out, because there wouldn't be anything there. Where the chateau people would park their car, that'd be a lot harder to cleaner, and the parking garage only a few steps beyond would be an ideal spot for the chateau to park in. And it's something we ought to think before we give out too many spots to CLC, that we got some for businesses downtown.
No, sorry, I held 88 spots in reserve, so we do have adequate parking for anyone who chooses to. And the issue with the downtown parking in that lot, if either one of those two gentlemen would like to rent spaces in the parking garage, they're available. Neither one of them has approached me. The owner of Federal Supply rents 13 spaces a month. Mr. Shea rents none.
Well, I know you're very pro toward him, but...
So there's the answer. anyone can rent spaces from the city of Waukegan.
I think if you got two places that aren't, three units not occupied, there would be no need to rent them at this time, but if you own them, you'd have a better chance to rent them. So I can see why Mr. Shea wouldn't want to rent them at this time, but he would need them.
Can I say something? Off track.
Well, let's just keep in the cycle of the comments, if you would, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman.
Alderman May.
I'm going to make a few announcements. The WAGS organization that supports our Waukegan Animal Control is doing a food drive for animal food drive, and there's a box down in City Hall lobby. So if you're coming by City Hall, want to help out our animal shelter, that would be great. I do want to make a special I want to recap the last weekend's holiday walk. It was the biggest holiday festival that Main Street has had. We had over 42 locations, events going on that day. It was absolutely fantastic. Brought a lot of people downtown. I received a lot of feedback from business owners, a lot of traffic coming through our businesses. I want to highlight a few things that happened that day. At Clockwise Theater, they did a free performance of Jungle Book Kids, and originally they had planned on doing 2 performances at 2:30 and 4:30, but the performances were so jam-packed, they ended up doubling their performances that day and did 4 free performances for the children in Waukegan, and it was absolutely fantastic. The Genesee Theater that evening showed Christmas Story, and that was also a record-breaking number for tickets sold at the Genesee Theater for a movie that evening. We also celebrated 80 years in business at Federal Supply Company, who now own 5 buildings on Washington Street, and that was quite an event as well. A new business opened in Harbor Place, Kingdom Fitness, new location. The business already did exist in Waukegan, but they expanded their square footage and moved to Harbor Place down on South Genesee Street, so congratulations to Kingdom Fitness. And also the Urban Edge Gallery was open. They just opened for the last art walk. That was their grand opening. They are taking private appointments for tours if a teacher wants to come through or a business downtown. I know they're doing a tour for the Waukegan Public Library, and they're working on a tour for the county. So you can contact David Motley if you'd like to plan something for your group at the Urban Edge Gallery. So thank you. And my number one thank you goes to the volunteers from Main Street and otherwise who made Holiday Walk possible. You guys were fantastic. Really put in a lot of hard work and a lot of hours on that event. I also just want to alert you of a few upcoming events. Tomorrow, Art Space, the Art Start Party. It's the reception for we call it groundbreaking, glass breaking. Construction has started on the Carter Hotel, and we're going to celebrate tomorrow at Dandelion Gallery at 3 o'clock. The public is welcome. We will have some representative from Art Space. I believe the national director, leader, president of Art Space will be there, as well as some elected officials. December 17th. Third Saturday of the month is December 17th. We are doing another art walk, so please everyone come down to Waukegan. These Saturday art walks have been a fabulous success. Also on December 17th is the Do-It-Yourself Messiah at the Genesee Theater. This is sponsored by the Waukegan Park District. Also a great event. Lots going on December 17th. And finally, I just want everyone to mark their calendars and save the date for Saturday, February 4th. It's the Mardi Gras event thrown by Main Street. This is our one big fundraiser of the year, our main fundraiser. We really appreciate if everyone would save the date, buy yourself some tickets. It's going to be a really high-class event, and we look forward to everyone being there. Thank you very much.
Alderman Valco.
Do I have to dress up?
Yes.
Mr. Clerk, I only have one thing. I'd like to notify everybody, just remind them, as well as the people at home who watch this on Sunday, there's a new seatbelt law that goes into effect January 1st. Everybody in the car has to be buckled up. Okay? That's all I have.
Alderman Rivera.
Thank you, and I'd also like to thank Waukegan Main Street. It was an awesome event, too, as well. I like the marketing on spend your dollars and in Waukegan. I definitely spent some dollars over the weekend, so I enjoyed it. I also want to thank the Waukegan Main Street for, including one of the oldest organizations in the city of Waukegan, which is the Puerto Rican Society, to their community, business community in the downtown area. I think that's going to be awesome to have the organization become involved. And they had their Toys for Tots there on Saturday, which was a huge success. So I want to thank Violet for that connection too. I also want to thank, I have Andrea Danks, she's here from North Shore, with some issues that I had with a constituent. Gave her a call and, they took care of those issues, so I appreciate that, having you there, Andrea. Thank you very much. And I also want to say that I am a grandfather of a beautiful boy, 6 pounds, 11 ounces, 19 inches long. He's a beautiful boy. His name is Rafael Rivera IV, in honor of our son. So, thank you.
Alderman Cunningham?
Anybody who wants to see photos, I have them.
Alderman Cunningham?
There was just, a couple of things, and the first one is Main Street. I tell you, you continue to brighten up that Genesee Street with your, I think, your innovation, your energy, and just you'll continue to push to make sure, and this is Sam's only way of making this an entertainment mecca of the North Shore. I think that's the direction we need to go, and obviously we have art space going, art walk going in some places, art space, and I think as we move forward, there's going to be a little bit more live entertainment going down there. So that's hopefully that's the vision that you have, and something I look forward to continue to work with you all. Second, I was going to congratulate Alderman Rivera on his grandson, and he showed me one of those pictures, and his son has his precious joy in his hand. I can remember that time back, but congratulations, not only to you, but to the new parents. That's more important, and a lot of praise goes out to them. Last but not least, I want to kind of, Mayor, talk about, I shouldn't say Mayor, us talk about our vote last week on the lobbyist group. After listening to some conversations and kind of just digesting, some informational reading, one of the questions came back to me, and I was not prepared to answer. It was that, why are we doing this? Why are we spending the $8,000 plus expenses, etc.? Obviously, I gave them the answer that I think was appropriate. Lobbyist groups are just the way of the future. That's how you get things done in your federal and state level. And they agreed with me. I shouldn't say they, but that particular person agreed with me. But one thing that person did bring to my attention, Your Honor, was that typically the sponsor of certain bills typically is not the person who lives or your representative. It's some other representative. And I was kind of taken back and really not prepared to answer that question. With our Senator, Mr. Link, and I think there's another gentleman, I don't know his name, being the sponsors of the bill, and kind of I was educated a little bit by a legislator outside of our particular legislators on how this process works. The sponsors of various bills typically are the ones who kind of carry the torch, and everybody kind of goes their way. That led me to say, well, okay, and I know, Mayor, you and I, along with Tom, have had some conversation on how to bring that in, but, from a cost-saving measure of how we can really get this thing done, I don't understand. Why can't the sponsor of the bill, the person who's carrying the torch, leading the charge, when you look on television, every time you look at the casino, it is State Senator Terry Link, and the other gentleman, I just forget his name, but obviously we know Terry a little bit more than we know him. Can those dollars be directed at another aspects of our operations? And I don't want to say the word lobby, Mr. Link, but help Mr. Link understand that that casino for Waukegan is a necessity to move our city to the next level. So those are conversations I was having, and I just was not able to really explain that because I don't know. I know the spirit of this casino is with everybody. Everyone you talk to in the city of Waukegan, throughout the county of Lake, Waukegan, it needs to be there. However, is it necessary for us to spend those kinds of dollars when we have this man who lives on Sheridan Road? I think most of us see us in various social circles. It's tough to defend that concept and to really honestly, just speak about it because I just don't know. So what I'm suggesting, and maybe this might not be the forum, but I'm suggesting maybe it is time that we bring this thing to a head. The senator for X amount of years, caucus leader, sponsor of the bill. Is it time that we ask him to come to our chamber and get some of these questions answered? It is necessary. It is important financially to this community, but more than that, it sends a statement, if that casino lands here, that we are the Rosemont of the North Shore, that we are the county seat of the North Shore. And I'm going back, this is not dating me now, this is going back to things some of your dad said, the Riviera of the North Shore. So that's my thought. How do we move forward with that? Get your thoughts on it. But it is something that we need to consider. This is the person who's carrying the ball. From my football days, you block for that person and open up lanes. Those are my comments. Thank you. Take care.
Alderman Conken.
Thank you. One of the first things I want to mention, I had my first meal at the new restaurant in Nico.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown on Sheridan Road. Outstanding food, relaxing atmosphere. So please, I'd like to have everybody else give them a try, get down there. I think you'll enjoy yourself. I think you'll enjoy the meal, and you'll help support a local Waukegan business downtown. And I think that you'll go back again. Another thing I want to mention, I want everybody to be reminded that we do have alternate parking, and that the snow is coming. I hope I'm not jinxing this, but it's coming. And let's make sure we make it easy on our public works crews so that they can get the trucks out and get the snow cleared away so we have easier access around the city. Just want to send out a little congratulations to my three nephews. I had three nephews that played at the University of Illinois in a Class 4A state championship football game. Day after Thanksgiving, it was really enjoyable. They played for the Richmond Burton Rockets. My nephews, Zach, Danny, and Matt. And unfortunately, they lost 42-39. They had a good game. 15 was a great time down there. They all played the same, but I had two seniors and a sophomore. They brought the sophomore up back up, so I had three nephews playing on that game. Just a final question I have for you, Mr. Mayor, and this is along with Alderman Cunningham. How did it go last week when you went down with the lobbyists? I'm just curious. I know that they didn't vote on it. I know they stalled it until January.
Well, at least. At the very least, yeah.
I'm just curious, how did it go?
It went. It was interesting. I ran around that building at least 50 times. It was surprising how people found out quickly that we were there, because we went in on Monday before the legislators got in and met with staff and secretaries and let them know that we were going to be in the building. And that's where the lobbyist opens doors. It's who he knows that works in the office that's important, and gets us in there, gets phone calls, gets text messages that he's coming to the office in 5 minutes, be there, be ready. I can't speak too much. I don't want to jinx anything because, and I don't want to offer opinions, but I will say that I think there's a lot of confusion down there as to where this bill is headed, or at least it had been heading, and we're going to have more interesting conversations. I meet with Senate President Cullerton tomorrow in Chicago, and that will be an interesting meeting. It's a rare one to get in his law offices. We had other meetings that I can't relay to you because I was asked not to repeat conversations, but they were interesting. I have to say that I do believe that the majority of the people, I can say this, I believe the majority of the people, as well as the governor and the Gaming Commission, and again, I haven't had an epiphany on gaming, regardless of what the new Sun says, but I'm doing my job, and I told you I would do it to my best ability. But I do believe the majority of the people down there believe the casino should be located in Waukegan, Illinois.
Good luck, Mr. Mayor, and that ends my comments.
Okay, thank you. I believe that's it. I'll take a motion to adjourn by Alderman Tempest, seconded by Alderman May. All in favor?
Aye.
Who wants to stay a little bit longer? Anyone? No? Thank you, everyone.
Once the sheriff's out of